Welcome to Dig In with HannaH's Field. We pick you up where other food shows let you down. To me, like, it's the best part of the whole food is the actual eating and the conversation. So, our food show is all about not so much the preparation, it's already been done. But now we're going to party on and eat it. This week's guest is our good friend Loud and Conscious, who I'm super, super psyched. Just a real unique individual, I'll tell you that for sure. Amazing hip hop artist, producer. We've had a number of occasions, getting on tracks with him and chilling and freestyling. He's just a madman. So I'm gonna put the finishing touches on my dinner here. Who I want to actually big shout out to Copper Hill Farms for supplying the ingredients for tonight's dinner. I call it the end of fall, beginning of summer dinner, right? So I got these amazing purple potatoes, Copper Hill grew some corn, garlic, salt and pepper, onions, some peppers, and then that's like the fall aspect, cold, you want to get that engine going. And then I got this gorgeous salad, all these amazing greens and carrots, coconut, walnuts, all sorts of stuff. So yeah, it's like the mashup. Heavy root vegetables, bunker down, light, salad, jump up and down. Yeah, so I'm gonna put this together. I'm into these plates. Like I said, I can't wait to see LC on this beautiful screen with you guys. This is a kind of an open conversation. This is live, right? So, what are you guys having for dinner? Usually, I'm trying to tell everyone, come on, save your dinner time and eat with us. But
well, I know what I'm having for dinner. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Dig In with HannaH's Field. We're so happy to have Loud and Conscious on tonight. He was the brainchild of Hugs.
Oh, my God.
And we'll get into the conversation of how that song was written. But yeah, he called us up. Yo, I got this song. I got this idea. This is your brain on Hugs.
I got a track. What are you going to do?
I got a track. So we all wrote it together, but I'm going to just read a little bit about him before we bring him on, as Chef Bliss is mixing that beautiful, beautiful salad. Loud and Conscious People is the brainchild collective of positive rapper and producer Loud and Conscious and his highly talented friends. Combining beats of hip-hop with a message of conscious vibrations. If Woodstock 69 were an artistic offspring of De La Soul, Spearhead, Bob Marley, Sublime to create their signature genre, jam hop, this is what would emerge. I think that's pretty right on, right?
Yeah, man. I was laughing because it was definitely right on. It's totally like, when you hear LC and he really knows a lot of great people. LC around. Actually, when we first met him, dude was on a nonstop freestyle, all the time. He'd be like, yo, LC, what's up? What's up? What's up? I'm just gonna bust around. I'm chilling with you all the time. Yo, how was that show? Yo, man, the show was great. For goodness sake, I gotta get myself. I'm gonna eat some cake. He'd be like, what the heck? It was very inspiring. Very inspiring.
It's true. It's totally true. But yeah, I think that's definitely a good explanation, some jam hop, man, for sure. We were spinning his SoundCloud station and just getting ready and cooking, and while he was cooking, Chef Bliss was cooking.
I was cooking.
Oh, yeah. So those with ears of this divine energy will have their souls reflected, riding waves of rhythm embraced by highly energized music. Surround yourself in this design of sonic medicine that flows infinitely to the core of what it means to love. Right? Isn't that beautiful?
It's like a soul manifesto.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, I like how you're putting those purple potatoes in the middle.
That's
very, very
make
nice.
A little nest or something.
I'll show you guys a little bit close up when we get to the table, but that's the story. Copper Hill Farms provided us with these awesome purple potatoes.
And beautiful greens, the lettuce, and all the amazing herbs and spices I got to use in this.
Did you put the tarragon in there?
I did tarragon.
What does tarragon taste like? I'm curious.
It's almost kind of like licorice-y, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Not really like licorice, but it's got that kind of like, it's got like a sweet flavor to it. It's really good.
Okay.
That and rosemary.
Yep. Did you put the sage in there too?
Sage.
Just sage, he says you have to be careful because it's very powerful.
Yeah, man, a little goes a long way. Everybody knows that.
Just a little bit. Mm-hmm. Sweet. Well, it looks really good, Chef Bliss.
Playing with my food. That's how we do it over here. So, hey, are you gonna spin Elsie's track for everyone to hear Brain on Hugs before we eat our meal? Just drop them a little science on you guys so you can hear like how Elsie attacked this whole thing. Blew my brain open when I heard what he did. I was like, oh, I gotta rewrite my rhyme. Nah, man, but yeah, really like blew back.
This is your brain on hugs. Notice we not seen as a gun, so y'all can give it a squeeze. It's a different kind of squeeze. So step back out when you see what do you feel. This is hug first shot, and it's all too real. And it's not in your heart rate, so how does that feel? Releasing serotonin, dopamine is so surreal. Do the pose and death, keep the heart rate proper. I work hard to lay psychological transfer. We can't heal people, even if everyone not a doctor. That's enough, yeah, just time to shock ya. Cause they giving hugs with sex on the rug wall. Hitting pressure with pressure. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yellow energy, put your arms around me. One love family, giving hugs to set you free. Connect your heart vibration with love. This is your brain on her. Yellow energy, put your arms around me. One love family, giving hugs to set you free. Connect your heart vibration with love. This is your brain on.
As a gun, so y'all can give it a squeeze. It's a different kind of squeeze. So step back out when you see what do you feel. This is hug first shot, and it's all too real. And it's not in your heart rate, so how does that feel? Releasing serotonin, dopamine is so surreal. Do the pose and death, keep the heart rate proper. I work hard to lay psychological transfer. As a gun, so y'all can give it a squeeze. It's a different kind of squeeze. So step back out when you see what do you feel. This is hug first shot, and it's all too real. And it's not in your heart rate, so how does that feel? Releasing serotonin, dopamine is so surreal. Do the pose and death, keep the heart rate proper. I work hard to lay psychological transfer. We can't heal people, even if everyone not a doctor. That's enough, yeah, just time to shock ya. Cause they giving hugs with sex on the rug wall. Hitting pressure with pressure. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yellow energy, put your arms around me. One love family, giving hugs to set you free. Connect your heart vibration with love. This is your brain on her. Yellow energy, put your arms around me. One love family, giving hugs to set you free. Connect your heart vibration with love. This is your brain on.
Cool, man. Awesome. So here we are. And look at this beautiful plate. Yes, beautiful. Yeah. Cool. Sweet. So we're just waiting for Loud and Conscious. He's here in the comments, but Loud and Conscious, did you get that cool StreamYard link that I sent you through Facebook to jump on here? We're doing it a little bit different. So we'll have a little conversation while we're waiting for him to jump on.
This was a cool song to do on the album. We've been playing it live with the boys, Little Lion and Ja Pitt. And we definitely were playing it a lot different than the original cut. And honestly, we had been playing it as a duo before that. So we kind of had a riff. We kind of were doing some stuff. And the boys jumped in. And then Ja Pitt was like, yo, are we going to record this or what? And it got on the list, but I don't think it was like highest priority at first.
Well, because it was a song we've been.
It's already been done, and LC has a great production of it.
Yeah, we recorded it with LC first, and there's a really good production of it, and it was a couple of years old, so we had a lot of new material to put on. Yeah, and
I'm so glad we did it.
Yeah,
it's so awesome. It's so awesome.
It actually ended up being the first single that we dropped because we thought it was an interesting message right now, being that a lot of people are refraining from hugging for safety's sake. But we wanted to give people a hug, a sonic hug. So that's why we decided to drop that as the first single. You know, that was the vibe. That was the vibe and the tribe. What are these things?
There's some like onion grass. At first I thought,
am I supposed to eat these?
Yeah, at first I thought like Copperhill was like, snipping his herbs, and I got some grass in there. I was like, oh man. And then I ate one and I was like, it tastes just like an onion.
Yeah, does it?
I'm like, that boy knows what he's doing.
He knows what's up, man. Greg Hazelton.
Let me tell you.
Big ups to him.
The greens were like vibrating, colorful, super like perfect. They were like perfect greens. Like a lot of times you get greens, not even from our own garden. We get like wilty or whatever. These things were like ching, like succulent, just beautiful. Yeah, and the potatoes are so creamy. I'm dying.
They really are. Purple potatoes. I actually wrote down what all the greens are called, and I forgot where they all went.
Looks like some like red leaf lettuce, and then something else. Super good.
Yeah, so Greg's super cool. Copperhill Farm. I think we originally met him at the Simsbury Farmers Market. I remember him always being there and like vibing to music and just being a cool guy. And I remember he was like involved with like a bunch of bands and a bunch of production stuff, and we always vibe. He just told me today when he delivered this that he's like, I first heard of you guys from the fish fantasy tour. You guys know about the fish fantasy tour? Which, you know, they got a hold of the Puff Puff Give video, which was about 12 years ago.
People love that. They love to ride that thing.
Yeah, and they, you know, I mean, people like to make fun of people. It's just what they do online, you know? So, but that was funny. That was he's like, yeah, that's where I first heard you.
That's how he heard of us. And he likes our music.
Yep, it's all good.
So even if someone's thinking they're doing something, like ha ha ha.
Who out there, like, have you guys noticed? Isn't it funny how like people will like say anything like on the internet, but you know that like there's all this like drama that can happen, right? Say on social media or whatnot. We try to keep it real straight up and positive on anything that HannaH's field pages do.
You have to.
But do you notice that people will just say anything online and I'm always like, you know what? If you two were sitting around a campfire, you would probably figure it all out, or at least you would come to an understanding that, well, all right, potato, what you believe is what you believe, what I believe is what I believe. But people get nasty, right? People get nasty.
We got no time for nasty.
True.
We got no time for nasty. Just positive vibe.
I'm saying. Let's see. I think we're going to call LC because I'm not sure where he is. I think he could be confused. Let's call him. Wouldn't that be funny?
That would be funny.
It's ringing. I wonder if he's going to be home. I hope so.
He's getting takeout.
Yeah. He's getting takeout. He's like, shoot, I got to pick up the Chinese food. Yo. Yo. What's going on?
What's going on, fam? We just trying to set up this we never tried this kind of streaming on StreamYard before, so
damn.
So do you need help? You just click the link and get the audio. You choose the audio and the video.
All right. I think I got this.
Do you want me to stay on as tech support? I thought you were a computer person.
I don't know. I'm hearing the craziest echo right now.
Oh, you might have to put on headphones. Do you have two?
I'm never a computer person.
Do you have two different things going? If you have two different devices, you might have to either turn one off or put on headphones.
I think I got this.
All right, you got this. You got this. We'll talk to you soon.
Like 3 different things going.
Yeah, I would turn them off. Worst case scenario.
Yeah, all right.
All right.
That's what's up.
All right.
Yeah, I got this. Yeah. Give me like a minute or two. I'll work it out.
All right. All right.
Do you?
You do it. You do it.
Do you?
All right. He's going to figure it out. So that's cool. So should we talk a little about like consciousness? I'm excited to have a conversation with LC because all his music is super positive.
Oh my God.
Like super positive. Like we were listening to his stuff and I thought we wrote some positive music, but I was like, honestly, I'm like listening to stuff. I'm like, I can do anything. I really, really, truly. He's got, let's see, what is that track called? He's got this track called There's No Such Thing as Failure. There are only results. There's no such thing as failure. There are only results. And, I think it was based on something that Thomas Edison said. And super interesting, right? So I also am a certified life coach.
Oh.
I know, don't tell anybody because they'll tell me their whole story.
Everything, huh?
I'll get everything. I'm only certified if you're working with me, though. No, it's totally joking. So anyways, but we do a whole 12-week process to get you kind of closer to your dreams and to your vision. And there's a whole week and it's called failure is feedback. So it's like changing your perspective on what sometimes you think failure means, right? You're like, I was trying to do this, but now do you ever?
Well, go ahead.
What?
Who gets it out perfect on the first try? Every time.
Yeah.
Anytime. It's like hitting a hole in one at every single shot.
Raise your hand if you got it perfect on every try. Almost, not so much. Me neither. But it's a good way to it's just a good thing to remember.
Check yourself, right?
Yeah.
Keep it all in perspective. Like, hey, this is school. Life is school.
Yeah.
It's a hard class, or I'm in a hard exam, or I do that a lot with myself when I get these big challenges throughout my day.
Yep.
And I'll be like, all right, it's college course time, friend. You're in exam mode, or study this lesson and, learn it better for next time, or make this situation better, whatever it may be, so.
Yeah, it's true.
Mm-hmm.
It's totally true. But yeah, if you just think of that and, anytime you think, oh, I got it wrong, or man, this isn't working.
It drags you down.
Yeah, it's just feedback. It's just like a feedback loop and be like, nope, try this now. Now try this. Now try this. Now try this. If you just listen to the messages that way, that what quote unquote failure might seem like failure, just like think of it as like a friend, it's like it's they're guiding you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's the story with that. I'm saying. So who all is up in here? Thank y'all for commenting.
Hey,
Hannah is a computer tech, right, Paul? I'm serious, for real. I agree.
Who got the crystal grid? That's what I want to know.
Who got their crystal grid?
Who got the HannaH's Field Crystal Vision box set? Yeah, man. Hand screen printed at Robert Barron's Inc.
That's right.
Cool things written on the box. You have to buy it to find out what it says. But look at that.
There's a message on the back
Mm-hmm.
explaining the whole thing. So
I'm saying.
that's if you purchase the physical CD and the crystal grid, that's how it comes. It comes with a.
This is the actual grid. Wood burn.
Yep. Eventually, we're actually going to bring on the grid maker. So
Oh, that'll be cool.
yeah. So we designed them, and we worked with this woman who that's what she does for a living. Can you imagine? That's what I do. I make crystal grids all day.
Hers
long.
are cool too. She got some great ones. 14 gemstones to work with on the grid. Yo, people, who hasn't gotten this yet?
I've actually been working. I came home the other night. Oh, so I got to see. Oh, big ups to Keith and Taya. Yep, and that's a CD. We had David Dipp on a couple of weeks ago,
Yeah,
the
man,
artist
watched
who
that
did the
episode.
cover, and then Brian Carucci did the photo inside.
What about your boy G Love?
Oh wait, I should probably tell you where you can get it, huh? We
put
shouldn't
that up.
just say, hey,
No, man, right, you
don't
can't just
wish
talk.
you could have this?
Right, I'm making drool over it. I'm offering it to you.
There y'all go.
Yo, friends.
That's the place to get your
the
crystal grid.
Look, here, it's in my hand. Get the grid.
And
Take it.
it comes with a meditation, a guided meditation, and really it's coming at a perfect time, you know, as at least we are on the East Coast and we're getting into the colder months. Although it was beautiful today, and you know, as we all kind of go inward and have to stay inside a little bit more because of what's going on in the world. What a better time to go inward and do the work that maybe you always wanted to do that inner work. And this is here. This tool came to us as a way to guide you into that inner work, you know, to find that peace inside. Because, you know, it may not look like it's out there, right? Things are crazy. It may not look like it's out there, but it's in here, you know. So that's the vibe.
Yeah.
I'm saying, how was your day today?
Ooh, so many challenges.
Did you look at failure as feedback?
So much feeding back today.
What were you working on?
So I'm a carpenter during the day when you guys aren't seeing me play music. I'm working on residing this 300-year-old house. It was built in 1823.
1823.
So, you know, if you guys know anything about old houses, you know, they're not really square. They're, you know, some stuff can be a little interesting. And every board you find, there's something going on. So, you know, it's not just like, hey, let me take your siding off and put my siding back on. It's like you got to take the siding off, and it's got all these planks are on the outside of it. You got to look at that. Is there insulation in there? Get it insulated. Put plywood on it. Put foam insulation over that. Then we can get into the siding. Put, you know, protective paper on top of that. All that's, you know, in between layers and stuff. There's a lot of stuff. I had to rebuild, you know, the whole front door, trim profile. I had to, you know, just a lot of stuff. But that's not HannaH's field stuff. That's the boring stuff in life, right? But they're challenges. And, you know, you go in about your day. And I'll tell you what, there's a lot of days where there's a lot of challenges. This job has presented quite a few. And then you get them on multiple challenges in a day. It's easy to watch your day kind of go and like unravel on you, you know, and then you notice as your day starts unraveling on you, you get more madder. You get more mad. You're not gonna let it go because I'm pissed about this, and I get mad. And they, like, you know, almost like escalates in snowballs. But if you can kind of like cool yourself in the moment in the first, you know, catastrophe, cool yourself in the moment on the second one, you know, it's not so bad. Then the day is tolerable. But man, you get this like pain in your neck, and you're like, oh, what the heck is going on? You know, so yeah, I think it's important to check how you know, observe life and how life is, you know, happening to all of us. You know, how do you hold that meditation? Yeah,
That's right. It's important.
that's it.
How to hold your meditation. I gotta find my true meditation. Flower in the breeze meditation.
That's right.
I'm saying. True meditation leads to higher elevation.
Man. So what's everybody doing out there? Where's the comments?
Oh, sorry. Here, I'll let you. see the comments.
So many people. What's up, everybody?
Cool yourself in the moment. What's up, Mario Sousa?
Oh, snap. Rob Glassman. Yo, if you guys are looking for something to do.
Well, it's not really public, but yeah, you could say it because it's all
Well,
it's
I
all
mean,
Hannah's Field family on here.
It's all family, right?
Yep.
If you're looking for something to do on Halloween,
Ooh, spooky.
it's actually really cool because it's earlier in the day. Halloween is on Saturday this year. Rob Glassman is throwing a pretty sick party.
Rob Glassman Band.
Yeah.
John Spignesi Band.
Oh my God, I love Spigs.
Hannah's Field.
Mhm.
And we're going to have Mr. Bobby Pickett as a guest from Creamery Station.
Yeah.
Playing fiddle and steel guitar.
Yeah.
And Jeff Willard on keys. And Sky Allen on vocals.
Oh my God, what a
It's
lineup.
going to be a cool lineup. So
Mhm.
if you're looking something to do, message us. There's very few tickets left. So if you really want to go, you should let us know. ASAP. Oh, I see.
Oh, snap.
That LC.
Elsie's in the
And
house.
there's babies. We're going to let them on. Let me just get rid of a thing. So
All right. Get rid of that little bar.
I'm saying.
Buy your crystal grid,
Uh.
but we're going to take this away. Now it's gone. You lost your chance. What happened?
I feel like we just have to like hype it up a little.
This is your brain on house. Notice we not seen as a gun, so y'all can give it a squeeze. It's a different kind of squeeze. I step back out when you see what do you feel. This is her first shot, and it's all too real. And it's not in your heart rate, so how does that feel? Releasing serotonin, dopamine, it's so surreal. Do the pose and dance, keep the heart rate proper. I work hard to lay psychological transfer. We got heal people, even if everyone out of doubt.
All right, we're bringing on Loud and Conscious and Liz and family.
Yes.
To the
Yeah, Leela, Malachi Jedi. Oh, Shiloh, from High Places. Yeah. We're getting our global on here. What are we going to do here? Need a pen? Need a pen for what? Sorry, Michelle. Are you going to write something?
I was going to take some notes. Write down the recipes.
Oh, recipes.
Notes.
You want some recipes?
What are you eating over there? What's for dinner? Hi.
Oh, yeah. Come here, Liz.
So first, we got our little hors d'oeuvres right now. We got some salsa and chips that we've been like munching on.
Hey.
More than munching.
Yeah, more than munching, you know. So that's kind of like setting everything up right.
You just you know.
Gotta get
But,
the-
You know, like I always tell everybody, you know, the only thing I like more than music is food, and I
yeah.
like it both.
Yeah.
Never get enough food.
You know,
For real.
they go so
Yeah.
good together. Do you guys want to introduce everybody that's there, or everybody that
Yeah,
wants
why not? This is Shiloh. Hey, everyone. Fuzzy Mental, aka Zen Chip.
yep.
Yeah.
The kids left, but they're around. Malachi Jedi and my Leela. And thanks for having us on. Thanks for having us on. We just and now it's happening. That's what's up.
Yep.
That's what's up.
So psyched.
We're so
psyched.
happy you
Yeah,
could
man.
join us. We're so happy that you could join us. I'm saying absolutely. And now you're doing lots of fatherly duties these days. How many kids do you have over there?
Well, you know, it's kind of like spades. You know, 3 in the possible. Nah, I'm just joking. I got 3. I'm just playing. I'm always making jokes. But now I got 3 beautiful kids. I feel blessed. Oh, here come the greens.
Damn.
Nice.
All right.
Got our salad.
Yup. Oh, we're gonna do this right. Do this right. Compliments of
Yeah.
this. Compliments of this.
So
Oh yeah.
thanks, Liz.
Honey nut squash.
Honey nut
Oh, yeah,
squash.
man.
Oh, Liz, tell us how you made that. What'd you do? It looks gorgeous.
Whoa, hold on. Why are you assuming that she made it? I didn't make it.
Because you said it. You said it. You said
Because I'm a guy. You know, you take the garbage out the first night. You always taking the garbage out. So Or take out garbage.
With olive oil.
Good fat.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful. Man, last time we were, oh wait, I can't hear Liz.
Oh.
This is honey nut squash. It's like a small version of butternut squash.
Mm.
Wow.
Want to see her pumpkin?
Shout out.
Your pumpkin.
Ooh,
Whoa.
nice. Did you pick that out yourself?
All right.
All right.
Very cool. Very cool.
Cool.
Gotta get him focused.
Oh, God, I'm saying. So, Elsie, I just gotta say that flow that you dropped on Hugs, when we first got it, you came with so much energy. I mean, as you always do on all your tracks, but we were like, whoa,
Yeah,
wow.
man.
Still, like, I think the first, like, 50 times we listened to it, like, he would literally, like, hop up. Like, we'd be like, and things and everything. And he'd be like, just doing, like, crazy, like, dancing. And he'd be like, this, yeah. And it's like, it's just, like, hypes you.
You know, it's great because it's like I want to make a track that broke down what happens on a scientific level to your brain. But you know, it's like working out when your endorphins come out, when your dopamine is released, when your serotonin is released. I want to explain the scientific world of what actually happens. What actually happens. But I didn't want it to be like an infomercial. I wanted it to be like a feel-good song. And when we combined it together, that's what happened. That's what happened. It was beautiful. Beautiful. Collabs are always better. Always better.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, from the musical aspect, I thought it was cool how like the original version was like boom bap, old school hip hop feel, and then when you guys sent your version of it, it was like reggae roots, like your style, and that's why when me and him were in the studio working on that, we're like, you turn that up, and
Man.
Oh yeah, and we got that remix coming soon too.
oh yeah, we got another version.
Oh yeah.
Yep, be cooking it up right now.
Nice.
Yep. We're landing summer. And once everyone gets everything into circulation and everyone listens to everything, just when they think you heard it all, nope. We got some bonus tracks. And those tracks are all gonna be free. All gonna be free. Yeah, just like our style. Yeah.
Saying. How do you guys get yourselves like hyped up when you're in? So you weren't in the studio alone. Could you tell us who you were with when you recorded that?
What was that?
I said you weren't in the studio alone when you recorded the Hugs track. Who was there with you?
Oh, Tony. Tony was with me. Who was with me?
I didn't know you yet.
Well, no. All right. It was time. It was track. Brandon Hugs or Hugs?
So for Hugs. And
for
like,
Hugs.
Tony was there with you.
Yep. Tony was there with me on that one. I'm Brandon Hugs.
We were there.
Pumpkin.
Yeah, and you know, I was really so happy that you guys were doing a version of it because back then, it was way before I had singing lessons. I always had like a reggae influence because I grew up with a lot of friends that moved to the States from Jamaica at like 13, 14, 15. We hung out, we were tight. I would listen to their music. They had all different kinds of flavors, things like that. And as the years went on, and I started feeling more confident in my tonality, in my relationship between my ear and my vocals, I started feeling more comfortable to let that tone go and just go like space. And because of your version, I was like, oh, now I get to do it. I already know the lyrics. All I gotta do is just do what comes actually more natural. Hip hop is doing the reggae tone. It's more natural. And because of your track that you put together, is a pumpkin. It gave me the opportunity to shine, and it's just like that's me. It's just really focused on what I've been doing lately, and it was great. I can't wait. I can't wait Ooh, man, I can't wait when this remix comes out. I can't wait to the track that we got in the making to be released. Cool.
Oh, we can't wait to hear that
Yeah.
too,
Yeah,
for
serious,
sure.
for real.
So what have you been what have you been learning? Like, what's like one thing that really like helped you with singing lessons and with vocals and like?
Well, the first thing, the most important thing, and that's what my vocal coach said. Like, actually, matter of fact, his father put me on to Herman, my vocal coach. And what happened was, his dad had a heart attack, serious heart issues, and when he came out of the hospital, he had breathing issues. So Livia, his mom, his wife, his mom, Vannevar Caravan, as a lot of people know, went to the singing coach, the vocal coach, and was like, I know you do vocal lessons, but do you do breathing lessons? And he starts laughing. He's like, actually, a better name for vocal lessons would be breathing lessons.
Yep.
And so he started taking the vocal lessons for breathing, and then expanded his range dramatically at an older age. And so then I was talking to him. He's like, "Oh, I know this guy," and he put me in touch with him. And I had a lot of trials and tribulations, no doubt. And sometimes I was like throwing darts in the dark, and it just wasn't there. And I looked at it like a game. It's kind of like playing basketball and practicing. It's like if you don't get it in every time, no big deal. And when you do get it in, you're like, yeah. So I look at it as a game. I mean, look at baseball. Like the best Hall of Famers of all time miss 66% of the time. So I just kept doing it and doing it and doing it because I liked it. He was like, wow, the practice you put in. And I was like, practice. If I looked at it as practice, I probably wouldn't do it. I enjoyed it. It was a game. It was like, oh, I got it this time and they get it this time. Okay, like maybe if I do it differently like this. And then it was like, all these years, everyone's always saying, oh, you got to learn how to breathe. You got to learn how to breathe. It comes from your stomach. No, it doesn't come from your stomach. It goes through your stomach, but it comes from your lower back. It's kind of like a fan. When you put out the smoke in the chimney, the fireplace, and because of that, it helped dramatically. It actually helped when I freestyle. And I was talking Gift to Gab about this maybe a week and a half ago for Black Delicious, and I was telling him how because he's been heavy into meditation lately and all that, and I was like, I feel like when I'm freestyling, I'm tapping into something, and I feel like it's another form of meditation. I feel like I'm meditating because when I'm going, I'm in passenger mode, and I'm teaching myself as I go. And he was like, yeah, it is meditation. And other people, I guess, came across the same conclusions. And so because I learned breathing, it started translating into my freestyles. So now the breathing, which is a big part of meditation, with the freestyle that's already very meditation, like you tap it all in, it changed the whole spectrum of everything for me. It was like one of the most epic moments, really, ever. I never ever thought that day was gonna happen. Never. When I was in kindergarten, first grade, fifth grade, eighth grade, everyone's music class, beating to the drum. I'm like, it was crazy. I was like, either I got it or I don't got it. That's what it is. You're either born with it or you're not born with it. And I guess that's true. But rhythm can be learned. And once I figured that out,
the phrasing. Oh man, that was funny.
Oh man, when I first met him, I didn't know anything about phrasing.
He could rap. It was funny. He was rapping, and if there was no beat, he was good because it was almost like spoken word. But as soon as you put a beat on, he didn't understand the concept of phrasing.
Yeah.
And I was producing in that time, and I wasn't rhyming yet. He's the one who actually put me on to rhyming.
He put me on.
The producing, it's kind of like a trick. And the thing was, I was like, he's got good lyrics. He can flow, but it's not making sense. What's going on here? And then eventually I was like, wait a second. I want to try something. I want you to put your rhyme words on the snare. So when I go, this is how I flow. And then he started doing it. I was like, all right, you can do this. And then once we figured it out, then he figured out phrasing. And then it just built from there. And then it's just like,
it took like 3 or 4 months. He was like, you're doing stuff that like people, because when I met him, I was 7, 8 months into being an artist, where I actually consider myself an artist.
Okay.
And stuff that like people who haven't been here, God bless you. God bless you again. Watch out. I have in my plate. You know, I always try to get that protein. But he was like, yo, you're doing these technical things, these like polymeric, this crazy rhyming and these crazy cadences and this and that, and your lyrics are so technical and the punchlines and how deep. Like people at 10, 15 years in the game aren't doing this. But there's some very basic fundamental element that's not there. If it's not there, you're not there. And it took like 3-4 months to figure it out. And then he was like, yeah, he's like, can you make your words land on the snare? I was like, yeah.
And it was funny. Once he did it, it was like he did it, and then it all connected. And then he was learning how to follow and bounce. And I was like, oh my god, it was like that simple.
Yeah,
Elsie, can you give us like an example like of what the words on the snare would be and like what the words wouldn't? Like maybe with like a clap or a snap or something. We got all those.
Exactly. Actually, to this day, you know, usually whatever the constant is, usually it's the snare, sometimes it's the clap, but I use that like a metronome. So sometimes I like to hear that one thing, and then I'll bounce it off of the kicks. And sometimes I'll even just go in between every time.
We get jazzy with it. We'll go in between the triplets and the dotted rhythms.
Let it swing. Yeah.
The swing.
But yeah, that was definitely like a bittersweet. It was like really like these herbs, and it was as sweet as the pumpkin pie is going to be when you guys hook us up with that recipe.
Yeah.
I know you probably.
We'll give you a pumpkin pie recipe. Exactly. Yeah.
That was good.
Wait, one more time. Can we see that again?
So we got some rice.
Lift it up.
Can you see?
Yeah, look at the
We have
camera.
rice, gocha squash, and then I did fennel,
Yeah, Elsie.
I got it.
okra, kale, apple, avocado, and I sauteed it, and I put it in with everything.
Oh, delicious. That looks
Dang.
amazing.
Dig in there.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was saying, dude.
and this is vegan, right?
Oh yeah.
That is the vibe. That is
What it's all about.
that is what it's all about. Is digging in.
So we tuned in late. What are y'all eating?
Yeah, what are you guys eating?
Oh,
snap.
what are we eating? We're let's see. We got some purple potatoes here. That
All right.
with all sorts of tarragon and rosemary. What else?
Ooh, I love rosemary.
Sage and all these greens. We had a farm donate all the food. They've been watching Dig In, and they're like, hey, we wanna donate the food for you guys this week. So Copper Hill Farms, they donated all the food, which was super cool. So we were like, okay, whatever you guys have us.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to them.
Yeah, serious shout out to.
So what kind of greens are you working with exactly? 'Cause I know you guys are like deep
You
in
know,
it.
I think he put the papers in the car. He told me exactly.
Special recipe from the farm.
Yeah.
Oh, those must be the ones
Straight
that
up
I'm
cool.
Hey, you can just say I don't want to tell you the recipe. It's secret. I get it.
I want to tell you the recipe. Copper Hill right there. And yeah, this dude's really cool. He also runs shows and stuff and has a farm.
Oh, wicked.
Has a little festival. I think last year was the first actual year of this festival. He's done a lot of stuff, but yeah, maybe next year we could have you come and jam on it. Maybe
Yeah.
sit in on some Hannah's Field vibes. It's been a long time. Well, I mean, I guess when did we record that last track?
Drama?
Yeah.
No, the funky one. We didn't come up with no drama.
No drama.
Yeah, no drama.
Man,
What's up with that track? Where's that track? What's happening over there?
we because I'm a freestyle artist and I freestyle my lyrics first. And most people write their lyrics down and then they recite them. I recite them, go through them, take out the goodies, and make my music that way. And then sometimes I'll write around it. Sometimes I'll leave it the way it is. Yeah, pass on the chip, see if you can get it.
Yeah.
And So what happens when you do that and you have 2-3 hour sessions, your workload and tracks just start stacking up.
Yeah, we got to go through a lot.
Yeah.
Like we'll record for like 30 minutes to an hour of just straight freestyles, and then we'll sit back and listen through and just take highlights, right? And build verses from the highlights, and then we'll go back and redo parts that need to get redone, and then add ad-libs and doubles and all that. And so it's kind of a different process than a lot of people, which is why it's called jam hop. We jam to create the music, not necessarily jamming live, like, you know, improv live. We jam in the creation process to make the music.
Yep. And now we record video, our whole process. We record the whole process of us making the song from the scratch, the freestyle, it takes to everything.
Yeah.
And now people will see a whole different way of making music that most people would think that can't work. That can't possibly be an effective streamlined method.
It's actually very effective once you get it.
Once you get it.
And actually, Shiloh just taught us like this new way to start making music. Where he's very it was from an English class or literature class. What was it with the words?
What's that?
What was that method? Come on over here.
The root note.
So with the words.
The word.
Oh no, that was just something I came up with. It wasn't
Was inspired from an English class? Because I could have sworn it's on the conversation.
No, it was inspired by a lot of things.
One of those
even
things
by the end of The Usual Suspects. Remember, I didn't want to tell you the end though.
Yeah. I saw the movie, but I forgot about it.
It's been a long time.
But
the idea is that you take a single word and an entire concept can come from it. I always know that if I'm freestyling, I'm in a room and I'm stuck. If there's pictures and words around me, all I got to do is, just look at one thing, and I go, oh, it's
grab it.
It's a fly on the wall, and then, hey, it's a rainbow. Hey, blah blah blah. It's the word happy, and then I had this whole idea of free association. That's probably what you're talking about. That's what I learned a long time ago. Just free association writing and just free writing, and
But basically, this is what he showed me. It blew our mind, right? And so it's like he started messing with spreadsheets, and he would say, all right, he put one word in, he'd be like star. Next word, bright.
But then you had to have words that relate. So it goes star. What do you think about when you think of star? Bright. What word do you think about next when you think about bright? Light. What do you think about light? Light bulb or bulb, right? And now you just write a line to those, and now all your words make sense and put a hook on it. So you do this in a freestyle way too. So now your freestyles make sense to the concept.
Right.
And it turns out
or it's not have to be the first word in the line, but each word concept of whatever you're writing about or freestyling about, and then.
Wait, Shiloh, move. Hey, Shiloh, can you move?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're cutting out on me. You're perfect. Thank you. I want to hear this, man.
Cool.
Concept.
Where did you guys not hear?
Go from like when you're talking about the words have to rhyme, or keeping it all part of the concept, kind of like where you were just going with it.
Right. So say I created a spreadsheet and I did this word association. It was like the first word in the song that I was listening to, some kind of jazzy hip hop beat. So I see a word show, then I go show, tunes, radio, dial, soap, prison, jail, whatever.
Well, that's a twist.
Hey, yeah, it could take a little twist. But the whole thing is that you just have these words, and so the first time I came up with 100 words, and then it ended up making a bunch of stanzas from 100 words. So 4 words becomes one 4 bar stanza. Yeah, right. So right.
8 bars per. So every word is in one column, and then the written is in the next column.
Right.
So you have one word in this column, and then in this column you have 1 or 2 bars then you go to the next word.
Right.
And it works just as good for freestyle as it does for writing. They're very compatible in a lot. Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So I know for me, I would take maybe 10 minutes and I'd come up with 8 full bars in 10 minutes, but then it would take another hour of refinement, and then I'd have something really nice at that point. And then I showed LC, and he loved the concept.
So dope. I was like, whoa! I was like, hold on, let me try this. I was like, Sat. I was like, just give me like 12 words, 8 or 12 words.
Oh yeah, it happened really fast.
And he did it. And I was like, all right, cool. Now I'm gonna show this thing that Shallow did. I didn't even do it yet. So I was just like, wow, it's cool. So he made the words, and it just like it was like I did this fast life freestyle. I was just like, and it's gonna be part of the song. Y'all gonna hear it.
Yeah.
Happening just like that.
Yeah,
just right here.
I still haven't used the technique yet for freestyling.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what better time than the present, right? What do you guys think? I'm just looking at the 3 of you. I know you got food to eat, but like, what about like a couple minutes of freestyling? I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, we can do a freestyle.
We can always do that. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Should we go to a beat? Yeah. Should we do a beatbox?
I don't know. We can beatbox or we can go acapella.
We can go acapella. Should we go acapella? Here, acapella. You want to freestyle? Yeah, what you got? Right here, kick it.
Come on, freestyle. Come on, Malachi.
What's your favorite
Come on,
song?
Malachi. What's your favorite song?
Freestyle.
I'm not gonna freestyle today.
Oh, Red Planet, baby.
On this pumpkin in any way, any direction. He doesn't like this, yes, not to mention. Take a chip off the chest. He's a chip from, well, who's best, mama. That's what we do, no drama. That's the song we actually hear to mother. And that's what we do. It was never about now we go around just like the bowl, don't you know? We rock you with y'all, end of digging in the show. And now we go, first, let them know.
Let them know, that's how we go. We gotta get open and let the flow. That's how I go, I just flow. Freedom without the pen, because it's all here Zen men. Ship, what's a redirect when I start to spit. Here, feeling it, why it's not writ. Here, while I'm here cooking dinner and ish, because we're here on the podcast. Chilling, digging in, that's what I do. You know what? All different type of predicaments going into my sentence here in these sentences, but I break out of my man brain in Korea. They're down to the euphoria. That's how we do. We feel it lively, living life. See, up in Woodstock, yeah, that's where I thrive.
Woo, it's like the heartbeat coming in and out. I'm LC, loud and conscious for the people. Now you know what it is. We are one. It is simple. We're just a bunch of particles. Yes, minerals of one thing, one energy, one mind, one soul. Let it combine, let it go. On the show, DIG. You dig it in, yeah, for energy. That is food, giving nutrition. Don't you see? It's just a drug that your brain needs. And off the tempo, off the mind, everything is beautiful when we combine, like the collab, like the people here that love. Where's the mugs? Yeah, that's the smiles. So when they come around, we be getting so loud. We be getting so loud. I like to introduce you to my child. Yeah, be crazy like me.
Wild child. That's how we do. Different kind of style. Got to open up while we freestyle. Free vibing. That's how we do here on live. Facebook Live. It doesn't matter. We're just living our lives, surviving. That's what we do. Eating the salsa. Because I'm Mexican. That's how I do. Feeling the energy. We all can believe. Find freedom we see in this work that we speak. Speaking unique. We're all speaking so free. That's how I do. You know what? In the place to be. Digging in the dinner. That's how we get in and we feel it. Here at HannaH's, we all getting with it. They call me stats, styles, and technique. Fundamental Zenmanship. That's how we do. You know what? It ain't great. It's just coming off the top of the dome. That's how we do and getting up though. Yo, much love to all of y'all. You know.
Yeah. Nice.
Thank you guys.
I like being on the spot.
Yeah, I love it.
I love it all day, all day. Every time I go to a club, like, yo, what beat you want to freestyle over?
Anything.
I don't want to know. Put it on. Last time it was freestyle. Last time you gotta think. The best it's gonna be. Don't even think. It's like it's kind of like martial arts. Every time martial arts, you start thinking about or boxing, whatever. You think when every time you think about what you're gonna do, you lose. Just don't think. Just do, and have confidence in the fluidness of what the poetry is gonna be inside of. But some may resist. For real.
Yeah. Nice.
just present with it.
Yo, I like
man.
what you said earlier about breath control. You know how important that is in your freestyle. Because a lot of times you could be in the moment, you could be at a show, or you could be, you know, in the studio or wherever, and you're hyping yourself, and you're getting like, oh, like this energy, and you're flowing.
Yeah.
You lose your breath.
Yeah.
It's so important.
You know what happened? Because of all the years of me not having proper breath technique, I learned how to work with a little bit of air, a little bit of oxygen. So when I finally learned how to do it, since I was already used to working with less, once I got a bigger tank, I could go way down and see way different things in the sea. And still being able to come back up. and that's really what happened. So it's almost like that order had to happen, because if that order didn't happen, then my breath control wouldn't be like my breath control on steroids, because I'm used to working. You know, it's like a while back, I broke my glasses, no contact lenses, and I was like, I don't want to wear glasses. And for a while, I didn't wear glasses, so I couldn't see people. And then I started figuring out everyone walks like this with a little bit of different hop, right? And I started recognizing people's shadows, or they're like from a long, far distance, and I could just tell by some of the way someone walks or this or that. Then I got my glasses on, and then when I got my glasses on, I could see 2020. I could see people way further than 2020 could see, and it's the same thing applies. The same thing really applies.
Take away one sense, and
Yeah.
you know, you realize there's another sense that you can have.
It's like the people that have the best hearing tend to be blind because the other ones got to compensate. Give that blind man perfect vision. Think about what his ears might do.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm saying that's very cool. Very cool. Now, Shiloh, you are also into animation and creating video stuff.
Yeah, I was just saying about you know, being able to recognize people by motion and their silhouettes. You know, it's really cool. I feel like you have an understanding of that without even realizing it. Yeah, I'm delving into kind of every single form of animation there is, and having some major breakthroughs right now.
Wait, move.
What's that?
Shiloh, can you move towards LC a little bit? For some reason, you're
all right.
There you are. Cool.
Oh wow!
Tell them specifically what kind of animation you're working on right now.
And tell them that's what we're building in the basement.
Tell them.
Okay. Oh, right. Well, what we're building in the basement is a stop motion studio. So that's gonna be
an additional studio.
Yeah, an additional studio.
To another studio.
Right. I have my upstairs studio that I work in After Effects and Photoshop and some 3D programs and things like that. But I'm also very into stop motion and just general experimental animation. You know, whatever that means. Figuring out new ways, new tools, new mediums. There's not much that hasn't been done in animation. As far as mediums, but as soon as you know, I find some crazy space rocks to animate, I'm sure. You know, but no, we're gonna be building a nice size stop motion studio, with green screen and diorama in the middle, and you know, wire armature puppets and all that. Yeah, we're really gonna get it going. You know,
and now talk about what you do.
Yeah,
that's what we got. You know, brewing underneath.
Yeah, tell them what you're doing.
Do
tell them what you're working on now, like the type of animation and the projects you're working on now, like specifically.
The ones you're allowed to talk about.
Right. I'm like, what am I allowed to talk about? Yeah. Well, I can't really talk about exactly what it is, but I'm working on an intro for indie video game right now. And I'm going to be changing around the characters into sort of they're going to go through. I'm going to have the same characters go through different stages of animation, from you know, like early Max Fleischer, Steamboat Willie, you know, Mickey, to sort of modern and anime styles. And so I'm going to be, sort of mixing all sorts of different styles and trying to figure out how to engineer some of the modern techniques to make it look like it was done in the 60s or the 20s or whatever.
He's talking about our music. Throwing in his
Right,
words,
right.
retro, mixed fusions,
Future retro.
yeah, that's right. We work great together because we're all experimental artists. We do things that are unorthodox, but we do it in a format that it will transcend, to the common individual or the uncommon individual or the abstract individual. We find that balance. He sometimes out here I get real wild and like his name's Tone. He tones me down because
Guys are really good
I
balance.
only got two speeds, on and off.
Yeah. We
I
know
think you
that.
already know.
We know that. The first time we heard LC in his studio, we were like, he was like kept going to sleep, and then LC's like, okay, I was like,
Wake up, do this, do
3
this, do
3
this.
a.m.
All right.
Okay, wake up.
Oh man, I could be convincing.
I love that freestyle we did. Remember when we were going vitamin D? We were getting open about the sun. Remember that freestyle? I was in the booth, and then we were all just vibing. I remember that one.
Yeah.
And we were recording before that.
That was so good.
And Bongo was playing all the different percussion.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? When I met you and everything like that. But actually, I met you guys a month before I met him. Actually.
Oh no way! Really? I thought you guys were friends from like teen years. I didn't even know. Wow.
We're friends from another life.
Different
that science is not recognized.
Right.
But like, so when I met you guys, and and you were vocal coach, I'm sure you still are a vocal coach, and you were already so polished and everything.
Yeah.
And so like, I remember that. I remember telling you about how I wanted to take vocal lessons. We're talking about the different kind of people and this and that, and I didn't do it. But it was like back then. It was like I think 7 years ago, maybe 8 years ago. Yeah. And then recently, when you were like, you broke me out of my shell. I was like, what? What'd you say? You said you broke me out of my shell. And I was like, wow, like because your level, your caliber. It just blew me away. That was like one of the most ultimate compliments ever, and that's how life is. The older can teach the younger can teach the older. And what I mean by that is experience in the game. Someone could be in the game for 15 years, 15 days, and that one person may say, "Yo, I got this idea," and if you don't listen to that person, that's a foolish move. You gotta listen to all people. If you want to grow. If you surround yourself with yes men or women, you get out there and you out there with sharks or wolves, you can get eaten alive. So
some of the people you disagree with.
And that's why I love rocking with you guys. If you can't take constructive criticism, then you're not going to be able to grow, and you're also not going to be able to be around me in the studio. Because I want brutal, straight up, bold. That right there. Don't ever do that again. And if someone's not going to tell me that, and I think it's good, I go out there thinking it's good, and I'm gonna have.
I think that's funny he mentioned that because like as a producer in the studio, usually like you work with I work with a whole bunch of different artists, and you have to like communicate things. Like oftentimes, say if you're working with a label and they have a certain goal because they spent all this money on research, so it needs to reach a certain demographic, they need a specific product, and then the artist wants to do something. You got to find that balance. You got to communicate that in a certain way, which I had to figure out how to do. But with him, he just wants me to. It's almost to the borderline where I feel like I'm like insulting him, but not insulting him. But he's like, no, just say how it is. All right, well,
I got mad people back. I'll be like, yo, I'll be like, did I do something to offend you?
Yeah.
For you to hold back all that negative and maybe never want to rhyme again. So, no, I need that.
So he just wants me to just like literally rip it apart.
Yeah.
To the point, but I noticed that as a result of that, the progress and growth has been an exponential rate as a result of that. And even myself too, because it's like when you go through something with someone, you're actually teaching yourself. Kind of like the freestyle. How we say when we're freestyling, we're actually teaching ourselves while we're teaching other people, because it's like you're in this like meditative state when you go for like when you freestyle. We'll freestyle for hours sometimes, and it turns into meditate. It really turns into a meta state. They actually did a science experiment where they hooked up freestyle to brain activity monitors, and what they found out was that what was happening, they would think that it would be very active. It was actually more of a calming, like it was a different kind of state, very similar to meditation. And when we do that, it turns kind of into that. So it's really cool that, like I said, the way we make music, it helps.
Yeah, the coolest
level
part,
us up.
about freestyle is that we'll try to hone in. We'll do like 20-minute sessions, and then hit pause or hit stop, save. We do another 20-minute session, pause and go back. Right? When we go back and listen to it, it's like we're listening to it for the first time.
Oh yeah.
So we really are teaching ourselves. It's like we're passenger for sure. We're definitely the conduit, the vehicle, but also not just. Usually that's to somebody else or to another energy, but it's to all energy, and it's amazing. I'm like, I said that. Whoa, that makes sense. I probably should do that.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's almost like you're listening to yourself, but it wasn't you because you don't remember it. And when we say passengering, what we're talking about is when you're in like a meditative state, right? How you're like just imagine it as being a passenger in a car, right? And when you're in a car as a passenger, you there's someone driving, but you can say, yo, can we make a left here? Can we make right here? You can kind of guide it, but you can hear the brakes. Yeah, ultimately they are the one who's driving. You're just a passenger. You're along for the ride. So when we say we're freestyling and passengering, it's when you get into that meditative state of freestyle. It's when it's driving, whatever that state is, and you're just kind of the passenger going with it. So when you're in that state and then come out of it and listen to it, that's what we say when we're passengering, because we're just like on for the ride. And it's really crazy because it's like
kind of like channeling, kind of like channeling.
Absolutely, 100%. Not like is
absolutely. You're no longer your ego, but you're still letting your ego drive, and you are the one that's talking, but you're letting them drive.
Well, a lot of people get ego and confidence mixed up.
Say that again. Ego and what mixed up?
Ego and confidence mixed up.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh.
Because they are close, very closely related, but they're different.
Oh, very different.
Very much different.
Very different. You can be completely confident and no ego.
Yeah.
For sure.
So
we interrupt this conversation for a flavor check. Flavor check.
Nice. That was cool.
So how's your food?
Oh, good. I think he ate mine, but
I was like, is this yours?
One of my thirds, I think.
Nice.
Awesome. Ours is really good. Actually, I had our friend Greg told us what kind of greens they were. He jumped on and he said, baby greens. Told us.
There we go.
Yep. And then, oh, nice. Much love to y'all.
Yeah.
Tuning in, y'all.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Yeah.
I'm saying blessings.
Yeah, this is great. Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah, we got to do one here with you guys.
Yeah, next time you guys come here.
You guys look it up.
Oh yeah.
Your kitchen looks really good, by the way.
I'm trying to put some miles on this bad boy right here.
You were putting that in last time we were there, right?
Yep. I think it was just technically there, but we're still building the kitchen and all that. And it
was like camping. I felt like we were camping. It felt like we were in a festival, but indoors. It had that little camp.
It's like a festival with a microwave.
Yup.
But really warm with the studio in it. That's perfect.
Yup. Warm with the studio. Yep.
That's all I need. That's all I need.
Yeah.
I need the studio, my throat coat, and let's go. Give me my mic.
Exactly.
Serious.
Man, so speaking of festivals, you know, that's like where we originally met. Maybe it was at like Strawberry Jam or Positive Mental Trip, right?
Positive Mental Trip. Yeah, 2010 was like May, I think, May or June.
Yeah.
And in May, I was itching to get out. I was itching.
You were ready. And you were doing some production for festivals, few festivals in the past?
Yeah. You want to take care of those?
Yeah.
I've thrown 4 festivals. I threw Rock Resort 1, Rock Resort 2, which were both indoor festivals. Then later, actually, the first festival was Harvest Celebration 9. We had David Grisman, Keller Williams, Rusted Groove. We had Radioactive. We had Juggling Suns.
Great lineup, dude.
Yeah,
I wish I was
serious.
there. That's amazing.
That was cool. That was a cool time. And then that was September 09. And then in December 09, I threw Rock Resort 1, KRS-One, So Live, Lettuce, Live, Purple Sage, Jerry Garcia Band, Sim Kinninger, Nigel Hall. It goes on and on and on. And Rock Resort 2, similar lineup, different artists. Then I had Rock Resort. I did Rock Resort Free. It was a little thing, a little side thing.
Oh, Rock Resort 3 was awesome. It was like this. It was like in a hotel, like the other ones, but it was like renegade. It was like underground. It was like,
and it was free. And
yeah.
And I was telling it
it was awesome. Man. It was really cool. Like I came up in, like underground city like area. Like I went to the underground like raves and underground punk shows and rock shows, and it up here like. I met him at a festival, and once I found festivals, I remember we played a festival, like our first festival we played with Camp Bisco. I met him at the Big Up.
Oh, we met the Big Up.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. And I was like, whoa, there's a whole other scene, and it's totally like my style. But that Rock the Resort Free reminded me of like it was underground because everyone had like their hotel rooms, and each hotel room was its own room. Like it was like a big room. But everyone was like a musician.
Yeah.
And you could just go to a different room. One was like reggae, techno, and everyone's rooms were open, and it was wild.
It was like 8 floors. It was like 600 acres.
There's like 16 people sleeping in our room.
On the left side.
On the left, right?
That was a safe zone kind of.
In the closet, it was wild.
It gave a whole different definition of a lot of things.
Yeah.
And it was great. And then I threw the Gig in the Sky, and that was kind of cool because I got the Everyone Orchestra. My friend Matt Butler from Hot Butter Rum does it. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but basically he kind of gave me the idea of what Loud and Conscious People is. So that's kind of a good thing to go into. So basically, you'd be like, all right, this is what I cost. That's what, for Everyone Orchestra, set him out for him. And then he says, now, what do you want to perform? You get to make your own band. You get to make your own. It's like playing fantasy football, fantasy baseball, or whatever.
I like quartet.
Whatever. And you're making your own all-star roster. And so I'm like, okay, so what's the approach? And he's like, well, first I go through my I'm about to show some age Rolodex, right? And my contacts. And these are the people within 150 miles that I'm really close with, that I know, that live in your area. And then these are people that are going to be within 300 miles, up, down, left, right, touring, whatever, within a week, before, week after, and we can reach out to them. And then these are people that I just got, and we can fly them in, and it's up to you. So I was like, this is going to be cool. So, yeah, so I grabbed Alex Schneer from Mo. That was fun. I got Michael Kang from String Cheese. I got Tony Levin, Funk Fingers, King Crimson, Genesis on bass. Tracy Bonham, she won those Grammys in 97, 98 for Best Female Vocalist, but she also plays violin, and we had her playing violin. We had Zach Usher from UMEL on the keys. We had Jerry Murata, Paul McCartney's drummer, and it was 2 hours, and the best part, it was all freestyle. They all just improv the whole time. It was instrumental freestyle for 2 hours. It was.
Did you guys record it?
I did. Yeah, definitely. And so I was like, wow, that's cool. So everywhere they go, it's a different show. You know what I mean? There's never the same roster. There's never the same, So Loud and Conscious People is myself. We're a evolving cast. It could be Zemanship. It could be Gifted Gab. It could be Radio. It could be you. It could be somebody from the crowd. I bring people from the crowd up in my show. That's part of everything I do. In my show, I always, anyone out there play an instrument? No? Anyone know how to clap their hands? Yeah, come on. Rhymes, come on up. Wait, Chris. No, all right, come on up. Because our music's for all ages. And I want my mom, my dad, my grandma, my kids. I want everyone to be able to come to my show and enjoy it without being corny or like that, and be genuine. And if I can't do that, I want to make it. I want to make it. And I will only make something that I back the message to. And that's what I do. I always put a lot of thought into my songs. When I do write, I kind of make an outline, like in school, intro, body, conclusion. And I'll do that. So I make the point, and I come in, but the moment I make sure I come back and really come back and refine the point. And that's kind of like a little bit what happened with Brain on Hugs, the original.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
So that story, Brain on Hugs. So originally you had somebody else sing on it, and then didn't work out.
I actually had one of my top 5 favorite artists on the planet on it, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. And he sent me back the verse, and like I said, I have a very specific message on that song. And it's about the scientific world and that scientificness. What happens to your brain when you get that pressure, when you're healing pressure with pressure.
Yeah.
And a lot of things happen. A lot of magical things happen. It's strong medicine.
Mm-hmm.
And he wrote an amazing verse, a verse that will blow your mind away.
Delivered it well.
But it did not stick to the topic.
It was not on the topic.
But it went into another song because it was really good.
Awesome.
It was so good.
We built a song around the verse.
Can you imagine going back to your favorite artist of all time and being like, yo, you're gonna have to rewrite that verse. It's a little bit of an awkward feeling, It's like telling your dad what to do, But sometimes you might have to. And then I was like, all right, you know what? It'll be better just to put that onto another song. And who do I know? Who could I think of that would get this message, who will understand exactly what is going on and what I'm trying to express to the world, and who would be able to do it so the sound would be universal, so people that don't even listen to hip hop, aka clever poetry, would listen to it. And it took me like 10 seconds. And it took me 10 seconds to come up with my answer. It took me 2 seconds to have your name in my head.
And we're like,
and I was like, that's it. I was like, that's what it is. I had the first ones I asked were you guys.
Yep, I remember that.
That was it.
I remember you told me, I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yep. That's when I was in the old. It was the old. Yeah. Yep.
Your old house.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, this is your Brain on Hug. So yes, you could check out the track.
Yes.
Everywhere right now, anywhere, streaming everywhere and anywhere. Everywhere and everywhere.
I love the art of that.
Yeah,
that is so.
I love the art. It's very like spiritual, meditative. Like it has a good.
Are you making T-shirts with that on it?
We should make T-shirts with that on.
I want a T-shirt, a green T-shirt, just like that. Softer the threads, the better.
All right.
Bamboo, organic kinds, something smooth.
Yeah. That'd be nice. That'd be real nice. Hugs T-shirt. Of course.
Man.
Totally. Oh man. Well, we were honored, and that was such a fun. That was just a fun way to, like, for us, totally different way to write, and always so awesome to collaborate, and like.
Yeah.
It's like I
remember. It was great. I remember it because I couldn't hold the tune. I couldn't hold certain notes. I was like, Hannah, can you do this part?
She came and killed us.
Can you do this part? because at that point, I didn't have singing lessons, and I didn't have a relationship with my ears and my vocals. It was like family members that only saw each other like on Christmases and weddings. Like, hey, how you doing? You cool? You cool? I'm cool.
Yeah.
Was it?
How is it? You know anything about? I don't know. It's not like that today, but it was then.
I actually. Oh, go ahead.
No, it really is a relationship that you know, and a lot of people are very uncomfortable with their own voices singing, you know, because it's like they're like, you know, like especially even if they're instrumentalists, you know, it's like you're just letting your whole soul out to show to everybody. Yeah, a lot of people can, you know, be.
Most people don't like their sound on their phone.
Yeah. A lot of people, when you first hear your voice, a lot of people think it sounds bad. Like I remember me when I first heard my voice, I was like, "Oh, I sound like that." It's like, "Oh no!" But then you get accustomed to it, and then, like you were saying, you build the relationship between your ears and your vocal cords, and then you start to, you know, learn pitch and all that.
And then you'll start finding out that you very slightly start resembling a little bit of sound from artists that influence you or inspire you. The more you listen to them, the more it's just like, you know,
the techniques you pick up.
Go to UK for a month. You're gonna start talking a little bit different, even if you don't think it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna have your dialect's gonna change just a little bit. It's a sponge effect, you know.
It's so true. Speaking of, who are your guys's? I know they're probably very different with everybody, but who are your guys's like biggest influences in music and hip hop and producing? Any people come to mind?
Oh, that's easy for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be rhyming. I wouldn't be doing any of that if it wasn't for Radioactive. Formerly the Spearhead.
Michael Froney,
big time. KRS-One, Gifted Gab from Black Alicious, De La Soul. I like Sam Williams a lot. Big time.
Yeah.
Monk. Man, the list goes on. I mean, that's for hip hop.
Yeah. Electronic, like I do like electronic music and rock music. Like that's why it's cool. We have so many different influences. But like I like Grizz. You know, heard of Grizz? He's an electronic artist. Big Gigantic.
Grammatic.
Grammatic. Oh, I love Grammatic. Yeah, Grammatic's another big influence. I like Pretty Lights. Who else do I like? That's on the electronic end.
Break Science is dope.
Oh yeah, Break Science, the truth. Yeah. And then like hip hop. That's so many. I couldn't.
Oh, Black Thought from the Roots.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Oh yeah, Black Thought from Philadelphia. Yeah. I actually
even with all the cool freestyles he's had late in the last year or two, I still feel like he's the most underrated hip hop artist.
Oh,
really,
hands down. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, the Roots were a big influence. I mean, Questlove. He was my mentor. Well, me and him did the VH1 Hip Hop Honors theme together, and he was like my mentor. Like this was my first, I say, real studio session was with Questlove, right? And it was on like VH1, and there was all these cameras, and I was like new, so I was kind of like, oh my god, and it was pretty crazy. At first, it was kind of intimidating because I was afraid I was going to mess up. But then he told me something that always resonated with me, where he said that it was because I made a mistake and I was playing keyboard, right? And he picked that take. He's like, yeah, that's the take. I was like thinking in my head, I thought I messed up on that one. He's like, yeah. He's like, the beauty is in the mistake and the art is the imperfection. I was like, ooh. And then it stuck with me for my whole production career ever since then. And
I like
because
that.
before I used to have everything all lined up perfect and neat in my tracks.
All on grid, quantized.
But now I let it swing. I let it be floaty, but it's still on there, but it just has that little bit of soul, that little bit of bend down, that little bit of extra.
Because you could be just enough off where you're always on.
Exactly. Jazzy with it.
Yep.
Off but on. Not late.
I love that. So you can quantize, slightly quantize. So you still can't quantize, but you just do it with like smaller quantizing, or how does that work?
It's like a loose quantized.
Usually I'll try to get it if we're like doing it live. Well, definitely with freestyle, if we are doing it live. I'll just take the live version of it a lot of times. But then what I'll do is I'll play it back and have it just on loop, that section. And as it's going on, I'll just like move the pieces just as I feel, and the volumes too, because like that has a lot to do with it. So like as the track's going on, I'll be like, all right, let's bring the volume up as it feels to the music. And even like I'll even move the volumes to the beat sometimes, so it's like gets that pumping effect. So like
he's a dynamic master.
So you try the dynamics. So you get these like really like live kind of things. But then in a lot of modern music, they like everything loud often. So then they end up compressing it to heck anyway. That's just how it is nowadays. But that's starting to change now with streaming platforms. But if you put it in that way, before it goes through all that, it definitely adds, it still keeps a lot of the dynamics, and it keeps that breath of energy of soul that you always try to have in every track that you try to do.
Absolutely. No doubt. No doubt.
That's super cool.
Real
That's
cool.
super cool. I'm just learning Logic Pro now. Like I had GarageBand forever, and I just demoed my stuff, and then went in the studio. And last winter I started learning Logic Pro, so I'm getting there. But it's
nice. Logic's good. If you know Ableton and Logic, I feel are king, and it's whichever one you feel more comfortable with is the one to go with. They're not hard to learn. A lifetime to master, but not hard to learn.
Yeah, totally. I'll still go into the studio to make a track, but it's nice to have like MIDI capabilities and like I'm excited for the year to make some new tracks.
And you'll be surprised how close you can get that quality to that really expensive studio right where you're at.
Yeah,
the jump isn't that big of a jump, just the dollars on.
Yeah.
So all at home, your music it could be as high quality as you want it to be.
Yeah.
You know, all you really need is to put the energy. It's the energy that makes the quality.
Oh, there's a little got a new special guest.
Everyone's kids want to do that.
He always makes an appearance. He always makes an appearance. And well, I kind of want to just hang out with you guys all night, but I know we probably got to end this show at some point in time. I hope that we can all get together and create another track like sometime soon before,
Well,
I don't know.
wait, hold. But now you can record right where you're sitting at right now, right? You can record at home.
Yep, and you can just send us something over, and we'll do it all up.
We'll send something over to you guys.
Yeah,
it's coming. I'm gonna send you something in the next 72 hours.
All right. Yeah, we will. We'll send it over.
It might be there in the morning.
It might be there waiting for you.
I believe it.
By the time that you upload this to your computer.
Actually, I wanted to point something out before about hugs. The Brain on Hugs, the original one, is how you are flowing. Hannah, you got that flow. I was like, yo, she is flowing. I remember when I heard that, it came out of nowhere because at first, this is your brain on. You're singing. And the next thing you know, my flower do the battle. I was like, oh, she is flowing right now.
Yeah. And I love the double meanings. Oh, man.
She rapped. I was like, that was hot. I like.
Yeah, you need some more.
You gotta do some more of that.
More what you
both. Just both. Yeah, you know what it is.
I go the same mode, and I go back into rhyming, back in the same mode, and it's like I'm adding my own dynamics without the music having to be the dynamics that go up and down.
Yeah, the vocal dynamics. Big thing.
Yeah, totally. And anytime I'm hanging with you guys, I get super, super inspired. Going into that studio is honestly like going to college. Like I feel like, come on,
that's what we say.
Yeah,
right.
We always say that. We say that.
Yeah. It's a college. You get the knowledge that you can't find in college. Right?
It is.
Right. Exactly.
No doubt.
So we feel blessed. Man, we feel super blessed. How was your food, Liz? It's good. Awesome.
You don't want to eat in front of the camera?
I know it's the hardest part to dig in. It's like, see, Bongo Bliss's plate, show me your plate. Empty mine, and then I eat at like it's like 9 o'clock, and I'm gonna finish this food. I will do it.
I'll eat the rest of Elle's plate.
I finished my plate, and I kind of left him a little bit of food.
Mine's empty after 3 servings. I was hungry.
I'm saying. And well, thank you guys so much for spending some time with us. We know you're all super, super busy and talented people and have so much creativity and are always digging into things with kids and houses and songs and animation. And so we really think.
You know what? You just reminded me. Tomorrow, releasing a song called Funk Waffles.
Oh, Funk Waffles!
Yeah, it's been a long time in the making. and dropping it tomorrow.
Can you tell us who's on the track, or are we waiting for tomorrow?
No, I'll tell you who's on track. Johnny Waffles, Melissa Pixel, and myself. And Sab was right there all the way. We co-produced it, just like we do mostly everything. I don't even know if I'd be making music today if I would have stayed with it.
I know I would have been rapping. Hell,
I wouldn't be producing. No way. I would not be producing. 80% of everything I know about production came from him, and the other percentage came from the things he taught me. And then I went down my own little rabbit hole. Came back up like, yo, did you know about this? You're like,
yeah, I know.
You're like,
that's what Brian observed him. I'm like, what is this? And then he would just like throw me in the mix because I used to never freestyle. And he just threw me in there. But yeah,
I think it's like what Margo's saying is like, I'm tired of doing this. And
yo, I was tired.
Get up,
Get in here. Get in here.
Yeah,
Oh
exactly.
I'm
saying so the song funk waffles, is it funk and waffles or?
It's funk waffles because we got Johnny Waffles, and it's like a funk hop kind of track.
And where can people hear it?
Yeah, maybe you'll have a nice little recipe we can share.
So she said, where can we hear it?
Well, technically, if you want to hear it, go to SoundCloud.
Where can you hear it?
But we're going to be dropping it in all platforms tomorrow. If you want to hear it now, you go on SoundCloud.
It might take a little bit for it to go to distribute, though. But it is on SoundCloud now. Yep. But it may take like a day or two.
What's that?
Oh, yeah, so SoundCloud is.
What's that?
Yup. And SoundCloud seems like the place where you keep most of your tracks are on SoundCloud, from what I saw. Yeah.
Yeah, because when I keep them on SoundCloud, then it shows that it's free, and my music is free. I don't want my fans to pay for my music ever. I do want to get paid for music, but that's what the corporate world's for. I get paid off commercials, movies, soundtracks, whatever, live shows, merch. But I don't want the fans to pay for my music. I want the message to get out there so I could get the reflection of that message coming at me. And I can take that, dissect that, send it back. And if we do that all together, we all pay it forward. It's a ripple effect. So we just got to keep believing in ourselves and each other and just keep passing it around.
You get what you give.
That's the love.
Why don't we say your handles? Like,
so Loud and Conscious, Facebook.com/Loud and Conscious. That's my profile. If you want to message me personally, my page is Loud and Conscious People on the / at Loud and Conscious on the Instagram. SoundCloud is soundcloud.com/Loud and Conscious, LOUDANDCONSEIOUS. And YouTube, Loud and Conscious TV is what it is. So we'll be getting that going. I think I really just started dropping the video thing. I've been making music for 8 years, and I got probably 70 or 80 tracks that are mixed, mastered, ready to drop. But I was like, I wanted to have the right marketing plan, the digital marketing plan, the right grassroots plan, the right PR plan.
Just making the timing right, more or less. Everything.
Yeah. And now I'm like, we just gotta get it out. People gotta hear the message, and we gotta just do it. So there's gonna be a whole lot of music coming out, and it's gonna be coming out fast.
Yeah. And then my handles are at FuzzAMental on Instagram, and at FuzzAMental on Twitter, and then I'm in a production group called the Maniac Agenda. We did like soundtracks and produced for other artists and stuff, and you can look that up on Facebook, the Maniac Agenda, and it should come up. And we do like production tips, and we give out production packs, and release original music and stuff. But so go check it out.
That last one again, the Maniac Agenda.
The Maniac Agenda. And that's on Facebook, and actually that's on Twitter, SoundCloud, and all that too. The Maniac Agenda one, that's my electronic project, but that's a group with my brother and a guitar player, Len Rizzo, really talented.
The same guy on Only Results?
Yeah, the guy who's singing and playing guitar on Only Results. Yes. That's actually the same guy.
That's such a good track, man. That's such a good
Thank you.
track. I love that track. I love the message of that track.
So follow, and then anyone that follows, I'll send you guys a little treat.
And if you come and follow, then we're gonna let you keep game to our side project, our collab, and that's Zen Out Loud, and you're not gonna hear that.
Zen Out Loud.
Zen Out Loud is the.
And if you want the links, you're gonna have to contact us.
Yeah, it's like a secret project that we're developing because, like, although Fuzzimental is my producer name, my rap name, because that came recently. Actually, we found out recently is Zenmanship, like Zenmanship, because it's not penmanship, it's freestyle Zenmanship, and Loud and Conscious. So Zen Out Loud.
Wow, cool.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
love it.
I dig that. I'm looking forward to hearing that side project. Just
And
keep
we're doing
creating.
lots of video freestyles, so you can see us in our true element, how we're doing it, how we break it down, the exact takes. All of it's on video, everything. The revolution will be televised.
Yeah.
It is.
Nice.
It is televised.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Excellent. Awesome. Excellent. Well, thank
All right.
Well, thank you for
Thank you
having
very
us.
much.
Yeah, we feel super blessed to have like hung out with you guys for a night,
I was like
and
chilling.
look forward to hearing anything new from you guys. And yeah.
There's gonna be a podcast coming out too called Earmuff Radio.
Damn.
Oh man.
Getting that on its way sometime in November, about mid-November maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we got a lot of
we
got a lot of juice in the blender.
I got your album with Dreamcatcher, by the way. That came in the
Oh,
mail.
cool.
I'm gonna do an unboxing of it. I still have it in the box, but I'm gonna like record myself opening it up and put it on Instagram and tag you guys and all that.
Amazing. That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
And there's a meditation that goes with it too. So
All right. I like that.
yeah, totally. So you should have an email like in your inbox that came like around that same time with the meditation. If you didn't get it, let me know.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I'll go check because the box is like. I'll go.
I know it's exhausting, right?
I'll make sure I grab that one because I'm all about that meditation. And Liz just put me onto yoga. I've been doing yoga after workout.
Yeah, I did yoga once at the Fillmore. Michael Friday, everyone, and once at the Evolve Fest with you guys.
Yeah, that's right. Right.
I was hurt. I was like tip top condition. I thought I was lifting. I thought I was in good condition. These old ladies were showing me. Oh, boy. I was I can't hold it no more. and they were just like holding themselves up with one finger. But yeah, I was about to do it the other day with him and Liz, but I had this little sciatica thing going on. But it's feeling all right now. I think the next session I'm going to be in, and once I'm in, I'm in. Once I start something.
Good for us, especially like being in the studio all the time and sitting at that computer. Like it's like you gotta take yoga breaks. Like you have to.
Yeah, we'll go hit the bench and we'll do all kinds of workout and then hop in the freestyle.
That's what we do.
From different angles.
Yeah, and I'll do it fast too. So now I have that hunger. So now I just got worked out and now I'm fasting.
I'm not messing with
Yeah, I'm not in on that next time.
No, but when I'm done, I eat. This is my 4th plate. Although I fast.
Is that kind of productive?
Yeah, it's very productive.
No, now
All right.
I love you guys.
Oh, we love you guys.
Bless
Blessed
up.
love. Blessed love. We'll see y'all in the-
Love you guys. Send you something. Be on alert.
See you, Shiloh. Yeah, man.
What a blessing.
What a joy, man. I feel so lucky.
I'm saying.
Interrupt this conversation for a flavor check. Flavor check.
I'm saying I just had to give a shout out to that photographer that did that flavor shot, Thomas Swift photo.
That was cool.
Yeah, it was like a chill
It
session.
felt good, yeah.
right?
Going to the house and chilling with these dudes. I was like, man, I can just teleport myself there and spend the rest of the week, you know.
They're seriously like serious family, you know. It's just like family vibes, like, and they welcome you into their home, and it's just always nice to be chilling right away and creating together. And I love all the collaborations, you know, that they're doing out there, just bringing anybody into the
community
music
together, bringing all of us musicians together. That's a big, huge thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, man. So we give thanks. We give thanks for y'all hanging out tonight. And oh man. Nice. Much love to y'all for who are here tonight. Let's just give you one more time, let you know how to get the new album. So that was LC. If you had heard that track, Hugs, he was the original idea maker of that tune, and then we did some co-writing on a bunch of it, and we produced a whole track. And then this one was produced by John Bolduc, and then LC sent us amazing works on it. And so that's him, in case you were wondering, like, what's going on with all this. And if you want to hear that, you can check it out everywhere right now. All the streaming platforms is right here. Yeah. So we thank y'all for chilling. We thank y'all for hanging out tonight. Check out Crystal Vision anywhere you can hear music. Thanks Copper Hill Farm for
delicious food.
Yeah, for sponsoring us tonight with your amazing purple potatoes. And we'll see you all on the next Dig In. And signing off. Keep your flavors growing out there. All right. Peace and love.
Yes.
Yes.